Hello and welcome back to my little channel. Today I'm going to introduce you another class for the Elder Scrolls Online, or another character class to be precise. This is the so-called Warden. It came out with the game when the chapter Vvardenfell was added. It's another of these hybrid classes which have multiple roles in the game itself. Currently I'm playing it as a tank because, yeah, I would say it's a very robust one. Deals a decent amount of damage, so I can play it as solo as well. This is different from other games. Usually when you play a tanking class, you have you play it as a damage dealer first, and for the end game you'd switch to a different build because it's very frustrating, I would say, to play the Warden as a damage dealer. To play a tank class as a tank during the level phase, because you just it takes a lot of time to get the enemies down and to really progress, and it's much slower. So you start with a tank, you start with a damage class first, and then you switch to a tank. So far, most of the games that I know of are contemplated as this. And with this game, I would say the tanks do a decent amount of damage as well. So I decided to play it as a tank during the level phase. I'm not very far with my progress because when Elsewhere came out, I switched to the necromancer class. It's one of my favorite classes in different games. For example, Diablo 2, I think it was. I liked it very much, and 3 as when part 3 came out and the necromancer was added, I switched to the necromancer there as well. So I decided to build a necromancer first, and the progress stuck a little bit, but so far I'm very happy with this class. I haven't tried it out in a dungeon situation. I will come back with another video when I did this, or during doing this. I think would be interesting. I just wanted to show you around. Also on this map called Vvardenfell. It's very nice. Very. Who are you? Uh-huh. I'm looking into something for Lord Vivek. What kind of help do you need? So what do you need me to do? Ow! What the heck was that? Okay, as I already mentioned, um, this game's uh, this area looks very familiar for the most of you, maybe because I think it's inspired by the first Elder Scrolls I was involved with, mainly called the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, where you have the huge uh, mushroom-like trees or plants or whatever they are, and so this is why the area looks very very familiar. I think if we're going south by now to return the quest I have open, I think we'll return to the large city in the south. As you can see, the shape of this map is very very familiar. You have the big volcano in the middle of the map, which is quite familiar to the which is quite familiar to Morrowind map. I think this is the place where the guy fell out of the heaven, and you will get this ability to brew the portion where you can jump all over the map. This is like I think a glitch or the fastest way to. I saw a video where a guy used this trick to jump all over the map with some special crafts he did, and defeat the end boss of Morrowind in like 30 minutes or something. That was the fastest run I ever saw so far. Yeah, the city very much reminds of this, and all the constructions there, because you have these roundish shaped city parts of these ashland elves. And when you played this game, this is the first look you'll see when you leave the boat. You'll see the dark elves. Oh, what's with you? Uh-huh. Who's Rosie? And you see the dark elves in their armor, and they started talking to you, and they wanted to know who you are, what's your name, what's your appearance, and so on and so on. So this Vvardenfell is pretty much the same. I can't remember the name of the map or the location from the original game, because this is quite a long time ago that I played it. I first I have this gold edition where all of the add-ons, what you call DLC nowadays, are included. And I made this mistake then that I installed them all together. And when you install them all together, you have the problem that the Dark Brotherhood will come visit you at night to kill you, and they get increasingly stronger. So every time you're in with these compadres, they will kill you. Uh, uh, at least it is like, if you're going to ignore them for like 10, 12 times, I would say, then they're so strong that they will kill you, and you'll have to reload and come back. See the Brotherhood, because when you start the quest and you go there, as soon as you go there and you follow the line, the nightly visits will stop, and you will have the possibility to end it all together. So we're back here. Let's see what she wants us to do. Doesn't our agreement with High Counselor assume Vaya died at the garrison? Hmm. The Moral Tongue, or something like the Dark Brotherhood as well. They're killing with for contract. Not quite sure what's the difference is. Take care of yourself. I think you'll see her later in Elsewhere if she's the one that I met there. I'm not quite sure. Ooh, Axe of the Defiler. Ah. I didn't put any holes in her. Believe me, she did this to herself. So, what about this? Accept. So we have a new X. So far I don't have any remarkable what do you say? Any remarkable defense skills. And I even gave myself a two-handed sword. I don't know, controls. Toggle, walk, run. Ah. Middle. Toggle, mount. Weapon set 1. No. Yeah. I think that wasn't the right button. This is what I was looking for. Bind. Cause much easier to switch. Yeah, as I said, I have this secondary weapon, the two-hand sword, for the moment. Also possibility to deal damage right now. Where's the horse guy? See, this is what I mean. This is a very familiar view. The first bigger city you'll arrive in the Elder Scrolls, you'll see this kind of transport. The guys are mainly decorations here. There's not like fast travel like in the original one. So far I haven't found out. But yeah, very familiar view. I think it's also the same city you travel first there. It's just like you go from the harbor somewhere, yeah, like here, and then or here. This is, I think, the small village where you start first with the isle, and there's supposed to be a ship, and then you move to this city for the first time when you play the Elder Scrolls. So this is quite nice reminder of how the games are interconnected, even though they are still not the same. So far I like the story very much. Let's see what I'll have to do here. Show you a little bit more of the combat skills. I think the first one is like when I start, when just the intro of my combats will be like, as I write here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. I have no other rotation. This is all like this. What's it called? It's like screaming cliff rangers, whatever that means. Command the cliff ranger to dive bomb into the enemy, or this is like this thing. Yay! Nice one to get them from wherever they're going to my position. Second one is it's like an aura that explodes after a while with these beetles. Deals damage as well. Deep fissure, steer group of a shark that attack after 3 seconds, dealing the magic damage. Third one is, as I say, the puncture. It's like precision, dealing physical damage and afflicts major fracture, which reduces the armor. This is like healing ability. And Winter's Revenge is something to bind the enemy on the place so that they're not running away from me. And on second I have like almost the same, but with these flies. Another healing ability. So far I just used the bear as my ultimate because I do not have anything defensive from Psychic Order. I think it's recommended for this build I'm going to play. Flowers! Yeah. Later on you will change this build drastically, because then you will get like the abilities. You'll get like abilities to switch to more defensive gameplay, which is more suited for the end game when you're tanking the pledges and everything. I'm really curious about this. I haven't played a tanking character so far. I have a Dragon Knight as well. I think it's not that far leveled up. Also tried to play it in a more defensive style, but this was the time when I stopped playing for a while, so it's not very it's not very far developed as well. Let's see what's over there. It's a little bit like when you're coming back to tie up loose ends, hard to navigate around and remember what you've done till this very moment, because the game is so story driven and so complex. that you will lose oversight easily on the game. I think that's why it's also very interesting to play if you do not like the MMO games or online games per se. But yeah, as I said before, it's still interesting to have a look at. It's a very nice game so far. I have no really big issues with the game. The biggest issue so far from players what I heard of is that they do not like the the more child-friendly optic of the game. Sorry, for coughing. They don't like it that much, but I don't have a problem with it, and yeah, it looks good. So far, the add-ons I'm using at the moment is combat meter, the combat meter system, which shows me a little bit of input-output damage, but this is mainly activated for my necromancer class. So far, I do not have any usage of this for the tanking class. Can I go there somewhere through? I'm not quite sure. Probably it's possible to pass through here somewhere. I think this was from a different quest. But I need to somehow pass through the lake there. Still very populated, this game. A lot of players still to find. I think this started when when the game became free to play. A lot of people returned to have a look at it, or try it out for the first time, or return to the game after they were disappointed by the payment system. Nowadays it's not very modern anymore. I think this is the reason why they're I think this is the reason why I don't like World of Warcraft anymore, because it's not that superior game anymore, and even the vanilla version of the game didn't really made me come back to the game. So for this one, yeah, this like sounds a little bit hypocritical because I'm paying for this game at the moment. But yeah, since I discovered that I like this game and I really like these cosmetical advantages and the baggage advantage you have for this game, for now I decided that 13 euros, not that much money, and I can spend it monthly, even in this time where Corona makes you turn every penny so far, mainly because of work shortage and everything. But yeah, as I said, I decided to get the monthly plan for this game, because yeah, really, I really enjoy this back. The additional luggage you'll get with the game. And yeah, if it helps to develop a better game, why not? So far they're doing a pretty decent job to integrate new chapters. Where's the book? Ah, there it is. Mage's Guild. Just collecting this already because probably I need another magic magic guild ability, and I started very late with the necromancer, and then I have to redo everything, and I ended up doing everything, or search every map with this help a full add-on to find out where all the map pieces are, all the books are, because this is more of the annoying quests to get the skill set complete with the magic guild, because you have to collect books then, not like other abilities where you just go around and collect stuff, or do the pledges, or do the dailies or anything, then you'll rank up, or just a quest line with the like the psychic order. And yeah, it's very different, because you see you have all these blue glowing books around the map you need to collect. Sometimes they are not very easy to find, because they're in buildings or on the top of the buildings. So even with the help of this map, sometimes they are not very easy to find. As you can see here, this was like showing me up somewhere on top of this, but I couldn't find it because it was below here. Yeah, and I'm using the lower book add-on. As you can see from my other gameplay videos, the low book add-on and the combat meter and the shards add-on, because shards are essential. Every 3 shards you will get another skill point, which is very, very helpful if you have done all the quests already. These are additional skill points you can spend on not gameplay related, but like related to your crafting skills, for example. Yeah, so this was my little introduction to my Warden class. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave me a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.